Hello everyone, welcome back to Sonic Generations. This series is going to be kind of a companion piece to the HD version of the game. This is Sonic Generations 3DS, and it's created by DIMPs.
Herp-de-derp, Dimps.
You know, it's kind of weird. Around the time of like '06, people were begging Dimps to make more games. Like, please, you're the only people who make good Sonic games. Hey, we hate Sonic Team. And now it's like, Dimps, please stop making Sonic games. We love Sonic Team. Sonic fans are the fickleest bunch of pricks on the internet. I hate the lot of you. Go fuck yourself.
Including myself. Now, unlike the HD version, which has 2D and 3D gameplay, this one is strictly all 2D, so I guess you could call this Sonic Rush 4.
Pretty much.
2 Sonics, 2 screens, but in 3 dimensions! Whoa!
Oh, it's like Sonic Rivals, only playable.
I'm surprised no one's asked us for a playthrough of Sonic Rivals, but it's basically just Sonic 3's multiplayer mode.
Don't give them any ideas.
Now, right off the bat, I think we touched upon this in the HD version, but for basically the classic zones, for the actual classic levels, they just copy and pasted the actual level design from Green Hill Zone Act 1, Casino Nights Act 1, and Mushroom Hill Act 1.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, would you rather Dimps take all these levels that we love and ruin them?
No, but I would have rather them, because this level was painstakingly short, that they should have taken all 3 acts, or like all the acts from all the zones to make one big level.
Yeah, and to be honest, I kind of prefer the whole redesigned image of Green Hill from the HD version. Going back to the old one, but with slightly higher res graphics, is kind of jarring.
Now this actually, of all the jokey stuff me and Steven talk about alternate timelines, this actually is an alternate timeline. If Sonic gets to the birthday party before everyone else gets there, as we're going to see, he gets transported to the 3DS levels. But if he's slow enough and gets there after everyone's ready, he gets transferred to the HD version. Sega, you clever motherfuckers.
Sonic made a bad future in this console.
Yeah.
I made this joke.
No, I will say I think Tom has been the most vocal in his dislike for this game. I mean, this game ain't a perfect game, but I will just say with the 8 months Dimps were given as opposed to the 3 years Sonic Team had, I don't think Dimps did, that bad a job.
I suppose, but wouldn't it take more effort to create these, like, text-based cutscenes than just slap in the, cutscenes that are already present in the HD version?
That would probably take up more file size. And also because the story is different, because if they couldn't, because the levels were different, they couldn't just, I guess, bring in all the cutscenes, because this opening cutscene we would see, more levels than Sonic actually goes through, so they would have to rerun. Although saying that, the opening cutscene for Sonic Colors, the DS version, is actually a different video than the one on the Wii version. There's slight differences when you get to the Sharp Planet Wisps, and you see the DS specific wisps on there. So I guess Sonic Team, or I guess VE Studios as it is now, could have exported those, but they're lazy and didn't do it.
I like how, like on Sonic Colors DS, it's the same basic story, but some of the text is switched around.
It's the same basic story with far inferior dialogue. Hooray!
Yeah, I was so disappointed, and we'll probably bring this up in the HD version at some point, that the Colors Rise opted to go so tame for Generations. There were barely any jokes whatsoever.
I wouldn't blame the writers on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would put very, very good money on them have written a lot more content, and that just for whatever reason was just taken out.
So here we are in modern Green Hill.
Oh god, would it kill them to have put maybe just a little behind the back gameplay? I'm sure it wouldn't have taken up that much space.
Well, they do, but it's the typical automated Dimp stuff.
Like the boss levels in Unleashed where you're automatically running and whatnot?
Not quite. I'm thinking more like, say in Sonic Rush Adventure in, what's the first level? Plant Kingdom. You're on the 3 rails at the very end, and it's behind the back. It does that in Tropical Resort in this game later on.
Yeah.
Recycling.
Something that I noticed when I played this, and I know a lot of people have commented that classic Sonic in the 3DS game, his physics are actually closer to the classic physics than HD classic Sonic is to the classic Sonic physics.
So many Sonics in one sentence, my brain kind of shut down for a moment there.
Same here.
Essentially, Dimps did a better job of recapturing classic Sonic's feel than the HD team did.
Ah, okay.
Only slightly. Sonic can roll. His rolling is a little bit better in this version, but it's still not fantastic.
But it's still better than it was in the HD version. So suck on that, Sonic team.
Are there S ranks in the 3DS version?
Yes, there are.
Oh, you just suck.
That's what the S is for. Suck.
See, okay, I am preferring this version because when Tails said I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks, Sonic says I'm glad you're okay in this version. In HD version, he's like, I don't give a fuck, mate. I don't give a shit. Whatevs.
I guess it just took Sonic having a bad future to realise how lucky he has to have friends like Tails.
Exactly.
See, the HD version is American Sonic. The 3DS is Japanese Sonic.
No, I'd say the HD version is Sonic the Comic Sonic. He just don't give a fuck about nothing.
Just a giant asshole about everything, really.
I was kind of tossing around that idea before Generations came out. Like, you could have Fleetway Sonic, Archie Sonic, and maybe the game ones.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog, Shattered Dimensions.
And this is why I simply talk over the games and don't make them.
Yeah, but when they first announced they were going to have 3 eras, I was hoping we would have like a Dreamcast era Sonic. Because I'm sure in the HD version we'll touch on it a little bit, but Ryan Drummond almost came back for the HD version.
No, actually, Ryan Drummond also came back for Sonic Colors when the voice cast was changed again. Ryan Drummond auditioned, and Sega wanted him back. You know, everyone was happy to bring him back, but Sega were like, "We'll bring you back, but you have to leave your union so we can pay you very, very little." And Ryan Drummond was like, "Okay, no, wait a minute, that's a bad idea. Fuck you guys," and left.
How many of you have actually played the 3DS version?
I have.
I have.
Okay, Stephen?
Nope.
Okay, well, FTA Sky, what do you feel about the special stages?
Huge improvement over the Sonic Heroes formula, because this time you can actually play them.
And Tom, here you go. Here's your behind the scene. Here's your behind the back 3D section.
But it takes elements from Heroes, I didn't want that.
But you have this bitchin' remix of the special stage theme from Cash Cash.
Yes, Cash.
So I would say, like, of all the special stages to choose, you chose the one from Heroes to remake.
Well, it's in 3D because this is technically the only special stage Modern has been in. That's why.
I'm never going to get my redesigned version of Blue Spheres, am I?
Just wait for episode 3 to come out, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It probably is. Just give me playable Knuckles and some Blue Sphere, and I'll be happy.
Actually, I agree with that, because Sky, when we did our co-op playthrough of episode 2, I found it to be quite fun.
Except Sky Fortress, of course, but... Anyways, I digress.
Yeah. That's about all the time we have for part 1 of the 3DS version of Sonic Generations. Please join us next time when we visit Casino Night Zone from Sonic 2. See you then.
And maybe I'll say something next part.
Herp-de-derp, dimps.